Hello, my friend. So let's get into your reading. We pulled some different decks, mostly they're the same, as per usual, but let's just see. I'm gonna use this vintage wisdom oracle and see what you need to know. What does the universe want to say to you? What messages should be relayed to you? What does Natalie need to know? I just got done with Anthony's reading. So, thank you for being patient with me about getting yours done. What does Natalie need to know? What does the universe want Natalie to know? What does the universe want Natalie to know? What does the universe want Natalie to know? Take those. So okay. Got sanctuary. So totally, this is your time to go to your safe place, your new apartment. Make it into your sanctuary to do the inner work and the stuff that you need to do. Look, there's birds. Ha, surprise, surprise. Two birds. Got like a peacock and another one kind of looking, I don't know what the kind of bird that is, but two different birds. But sanctuary for sure. It's time to go within, time to make your space, your sanctuary, your safe place where you can do your inner work, what you need to do to recoup, re-energize, so you can take flight. So I get like from the peacock, like decoration. So this is your time to have fun with getting the cool stuff that you're getting, you know, making your house into your home, decorating it the way you want to, putting things where you want it. I mean, it's a lot of work, but that's kind of like the fun part, at least for me, when I move, is redecorating, even though it might be the same stuff over and over again, you know, but just using old things in a new way or but the peacock, I get kind of like ornamentation. But this is all about you going within to do the work. But your home is going to be your sanctuary. And then we have hope. We got butterflies, we got transformation. So on this tree, on this fruit tree, you got joy, peace, purity, truth. So when you go within, you're keeping the hope alive. The fruits of your bounty are going to be plentiful and all things good. But you're going through this transformative experience. You need to go within. You need to tap within to your higher self to help you further heal. Because like, I saw like this really great, I don't know if I posted it. I probably did. I'm not quite sure. But a thing on Instagram where it's like, when everyone talks about, you know, becoming like from a caterpillar to a butterfly, it's a beautiful transformative experience. And like person's like, wait, hold up. When a caterpillar transforms into a butterfly, they have to dissolve into mush. And then, you know, then they become, after a while, the beautiful butterfly. So you have to dissolve into your mush, really do the work, do the inner work, get down and dirty, the shadow work. You got to dissolve yourself so you can transform, transcend, but you got to keep the hope alive. Keep the hope alive, okay? Because you've sown your seeds. Your tree bears fruit. It's just you got to hold tight for, you know, for a while. But all the work, like I said, it bears fruit. You like literally this tree's got fruit with everything that you're going for. And there's a bird in the tree, one single white bird. Again, that kind of signifies hope to me. And then you got listening. Birds, birds, birds. This cute little red head. So listening. So there's going to be lots of, in your sanctuary, in your safe place, in your sacred space, you're going to be doing a lot of inner work, a lot of listening, a lot of the messages you're going to be getting, a lot of downloads. It's just going to come to you naturally. You just got to listen. You got to shut your mouth, shut the monkey chatter, and just listen. Stop like trying to force it or like spin it the way you'd like. Just listen. Those are the messages that you need to hear, and how they are delivered to you is how you are intended to hear them. So just listen. And then grace. And then offer yourself some grace. So when the times get tough, I mean, there's going to be days where you're like, I'm so over doing this inner work. I've been doing this inner work forever. Just give yourself some grace. And I like how she's one of those belly dancers, Edwardian faux kind of like belly dancer kind of girls. Kind of like treat yourself kind of thing. Like when you're feeling down in the dumps, what came to mind is like dance in your living room, like blast your music or, put on your headphones and just dance. They'll get you out of your funk. But just give yourself some grace. You're going through this growth period of your life again. As you know, everything's a cycle, but as you're going through this phase for the next 6 months or so, more or less, just give yourself grace. You're going to have high points, you're going to have low points, and when you do go through the low points, the message is dance. Just dance. Turn on your tunes, dance, rock out, whatever it is, but just give yourself some grace. And then gentleness, for sure. It almost looks like she's like a bride. So she's a bride. We got the doves. So you need to give yourself grace, be gentle with yourself, and allow these messages of hope to flow to you. You got to listen, but you got to be gentle. You got to be gentle with yourself so you can be receptive to these messages, because some of these messages might be really tough, but they're going to, like with this one, like this caterpillar, the vibe I got from this is like the caterpillar, when you dissolve, you're going to probably get some heavy messages, but that's when you need to be kind and gentle to yourself and just realize that these heavy messages that you will be receiving from the universe, your spirit guides, whomever, no matter how difficult they might be, where you have to face yourself, just be gentle, just be kind. You're being shown and told these things so that you can grow. And so you don't have to repeat certain life, like karmic events over and over again, lessons over and over again. You can end those contracts. Because as you know, the universe is supporting you and the universe wants you to move forward, but have your place of sanctuary, keep the hope alive, shut your mouth. I mean, in the kindest way, but turn down the dial on your monkey chatter. That's your ego talking. You gotta shut that up. I know it's so hard. It's so hard to shut our egos up, but you gotta turn it down a notch or more. Give yourself grace. Treat yourself well. Literally, if it's meant like buying something, like a little trinket of some sort or a deck, you know what I mean? Like, or if it's just dancing around your living room or seeing a friend, but just give yourself some grace and be gentle with yourself. It's all going to work out. It's all going to work out. Just gotta be gentle. It's a process. It's a process. All right, let's see. Let's do this one. I gotta work with this one. The spirit animal one. I need to work with this one more, so I feel more confident with this one. Do I have the book anywhere? Oh, of course, it's all the way over there. Okay. What messages animal spirit does Natalie need to know? What energy does Natalie need to tap into to help her? What energy does Natalie need? Okay. So we got the shark, the swan, and the dolphin. Oh, they're all kind of like aquatic. The water thing going on for sure. I mean, the dolphin's a mammal, but you know what I mean? But things live on or in or near water, so that's cool. So the shark, I feel like what came to mind immediately is discernment. I don't know if that's, I'm not going to look at the book. I want to look at the book, but I feel like that's like a handicap. Like I take the training wheels off. But what I get is from the shark, discernment, really honing your natural talents. like, because sharks are really good at like sniffing out blood or however they do that. Really being aggressive, but in a good way. Like, just being really discerned, like cutting out the bullshit. Really honing in on what you need, what you want. Be that hunter, be that predator. But I don't mean in a negative way. It's just go get it. Go get what the hell you want. Stalk it. Again, positive energy. The stalking, prey, it's positive. Because like the shark to me is like very powerful. A very strong and powerful energy. You need to tap into that a little bit more. And like, I feel like also the shark's got the whole little harder edge. I don't mean just because of the teeth. Like just slightly, maybe you need to tap into just being a little bit more, well, just, discerning, but also saying no more. That's what just came up. Just saying no. No, thank you. No, I'm not gonna do it. I just got like more of a tougher thing and energy. Not mean, not cruel, just healthy boundaries. No means no. And then swan. I think of like wisdom, but grace, graceful grace. Seeing the beauty in things. Inner, like reflective, graceful, reflective, introspective. You know this deck. Anyway, I really want to look at the book, but I'm not going to. I need to do this. This is what I'm pushing myself. So, reflections, inner work, giving yourself grace. As above, so below. And then the dolphin, so much fun. So the dolphin would meet, I just love this energy. The dolphin, so much fun. Playful, fun, but also really spiritually connected. Like, I feel like, kind of like childlike energy. I don't know why childlike energy with the dolphin, but totally, gives me, like the dolphins, how they communicate and find things, the whole sonar, is that what it is? Put your feelers out there. Put it out there to the universe. And it'll come back to you, as you know. But you got to do a little bit more. Fine tune it. Really hone in on what exactly that you want. But be playful about it. Be joyful about it. Come at it as like a kid would. Be hopeful, imaginative. Be excited. That's what I get from that card. For sure. It's kind of funny. It's kind of like all like three different these are like totally opposite ends of the spectrum, but you need the balance. This I like balance. This is like as above, so below, but balance. Balance. You need to balance your energies just a little bit more. You're like a little bit too one-sided. We need to get you back in the middle, because there's nothing wrong with going one extreme or the other, but when you do, you need to come back in the middle. You need balance. You need to have more balance in certain areas of your life. Because with your relationship with Wolf, it really threw you out of whack. You need to get back. Is the book in there? No, it's just the box. Anyway, I want to practice more with the numerology. Thank you for pulling the cards the other day. I really appreciate that. Okay. I have to be better about asking questions. You are always so good about asking certain questions. Maybe I gotta start writing them down. When you say stuff, I'm gonna start writing them down so then I can remember later. Like, okay, I should ask this question, or I should ask it this way. I gotta start doing that. I gotta have my notebook out so then I can write stuff down. Okay. Let's think of a question. What does Natalie need to work on? What does Natalie need to work on right now? What does Natalie need to... Didn't I just do that for that one? Okay. Now we're just going to ask, What do you need to work on? Emotions are running high. Supermoon. A time for healing. Balsamic moon. Am I saying that right? So emotions are running high. It's not a bad thing. You need to feel these feelings, because I feel like you've been kind of like repressing yourself for a very long time because of Wolf, because you didn't want him to catch on to what was really going on. You were protecting yourself and others. You need to stop doing that. Let it flow. Kind of like with the supermoon, what comes to me is like the ocean, the tides, water, flood. If you need to cry, fucking cry. And cry until you can't cry anymore. Like, if you need to do that, like, because I don't know about you, but sometimes a good cry is so nice. Like, it's awful. Like, it's painful, but like afterwards, it's like rain after, it's like a rainbow after the storm kind of thing. It needs to be done. Emotions are running high. You've been containing your emotions for too long. You've been keeping them in check for too long. You need to let go. Like, if you want to wait until you get all your furniture and, you know, you get your little nest set up, do so. But once you do, you need to have like a moment where you just let it all come out. Like, you yell, scream into a pillow, whatever it is, cry, all the above. Just do it. Once you do, like, you'll just feel so much better, but you need to let the energy out. You've been holding it in too long. It's bubbling up to the surface. So before, like, you let the pot boil and the water spills over the side, do it this way. Like, you know what I mean? Like, don't wait until like something triggers you. You do it when you're ready. Like, you do it when before that happens, before you're triggered, before something triggers you. And it's a time for healing. It is. I mean, like, all of your cards are all about healing. This is your time to heal. We know this. These are beautiful cards. I love these cards. Let's do sweet ass affirmations. Motivation for your mind and creative manic mind. These are fun. I like to use these every once in a while in my daily. Pick a card, or you know what I mean, my daily tarot. So what affirmation does Natalie need to hear? What's her affirmation right now? What is Natalie's affirmation? Okay, I gotta pick this one. I am happy and free because I'm me. And look, it's a bird. Resistance gremlins sometimes surge in the form of insecurity. Unload your machine gun of confidence to defeat them. When you believe in yourself, there is no need to convince others. Johnny might have bigger muscles and a sweet Fu Manchu, but Millie might have bathtubs full of Benjamins. But comparison is the thief of joy. Move forward with the confidence of a bare-ass toddler running around with his diaper on his head. When you love and accept your differences, the world will love and accept you. That's funny. I am happy and free because I am me. Yeah. This is such a beautiful message to go with everything. Don't compare yourself to others. Do what you gotta do. Embrace like the childlike energy that I got from this card. You got the whole, toddler running around with their butt hanging out. Yeah, just come from a place of love. This is the card of childlike, having fun, being goofy. This is a good card. That's perfect for you. I'm glad that was on the top of the deck when I looked. Love it. I'm sorry I'm low energy. My battery's running. My mom battery's running low. So let's pick another one. We'll do a couple more and then I'll call it a night. Let's see. What's your divine feminine energy right now? I will have to read out of the book because I love their descriptions of the cards. So what is your divine feminine energy right now? What is Natalie's divine feminine energy right now? Okay, I'll pick that one. Ugh, I can never say this one. Amarastu? I don't know. Goddess of light. We are all sacred mirrors reflecting back the same light. Fuck me. We're talking about that. The mirrors, mirrors, mirrors. Okay. I'm gonna look her up. She looks like an Asian, Chinese, not quite sure, but descent. She embodies the levity that brings us out of the darkness and shows us beauty of our own light. She is the most powerful deity of the Shinto religion. She's a solar goddess of the Japanese mythology. Her names mean shining in heaven. The oldest legends of Amaterasu date back to the 8th century and come from the Japanese, the record of ancient matters. In Shinto, kami are spirits or deities. And in the most well-known of the kami in Shinto was this lady, this female energy, got in a fight with her brother, Sunsunu, god of the storms and of the sea. Oh, storm, sea. His violence made her so upset and angry, she retreated into a cave, leaving the world in darkness. And the kami of merriment placed a mirror outside of her cave and laughed so much that she became curious. She peeked outside of the cave and saw a beautiful goddess and stunning vision of the dawn. She was so in awe of it, not realizing it was her own reflection. Oh fuck, this is perfect for you. This is perfect. Surrounded by laughter, her anger and depression lifted, and she agreed to leave the cave, bringing her light with her back into the world. When your soul selects her card, the cave is so crucial. Oh, your sanctuary, sanctuary. Drawing inward, hiding our light to restore ourselves and to heal from something or someone that felt too intense or aggressive. Well, that's kind of funny. I said aggressive about that shark card. Anyway, when we hide our light, though, we aren't the only ones left in the dark. We take our light from the ones who love us as well. The beauty of her is that she emerges from the cage out of curiosity, attracted to someone else's joy, kind of like childlike energy. That's when she meets the dawn of her own reflection. She doesn't truly see herself in the beauty of her light until she's drawn out of herself. She sees her own light once, and she becomes curious about seeing the light that's around her and the levity and laughter of other deities. This is the answer. If we've been too long in retreat and we've been hiding our light, not out of self-love and soulful need for restoration, but out of reaction to someone else's pain, then we draw ourselves out by focusing on the joy of others. Seeing their light allows us to see our own. And sometimes even the solar goddess needs to be inspired or reminded of why she shines so brightly, not just for the sake of her own reflection, but also for those beloved beings that need her rays of light to remember their own. Sometimes we need the sight of the faces re-brighten in order to remember why we're so devoted to finding our way back to the light. Soul voice meditation. Imagine someone in this moment Imagine someone in this moment you want most to see laugh and fill with light. Intention. We are all sacred mirrors reflecting back the same light. Perfect fucking card. Jesus Christ. That's awesome. Okay. I'm going to pick the Gods and Titans and then I'm going to stop. God, I'm going to stop. Clearly I need to stop. And then I'll upload your video. That's a beautiful card. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect with what's going on in your reading. Okay, let's see. What is your divine masculine energy right now? What is your divine... Okay, I'm going to shuffle a little more. What is your divine masculine energy right now? What is your... Mithras. I love Mithras. Okay. Okay. Mithras. Sacrifice. Where is he? 96. Examine the balance between healthy sacrifice and being totally selfless. Consider establishing a code of honor and harmony. There's little agreement about the true origins of the cult of Mithras, which I love. This is partially due to its hidden nature in the way that its rites and rituals were communicated through secretive hierarchical, I can't say it, structure. Whether Mithras is a god created in Persia, India, or an ancient Roman Empire, he is a deity of action, honor, and sacrifice, and his mysteries were passed carefully from initiate to initiate. What we know from the dark holy caverns left behind is that men numbering no more than 40 at a time met in the deepest wombs of the earth and conducted worship of rituals to bring life symbols of Mithras. Like sacred space. Anyway, if you don't know about, you probably do, but if you don't know about Mithras, I watched this really cool documentary about it years ago. Awesome. It's really very interesting. But anyway, it's kind of like cave, like going in your cave, your Natalie cave, and then the cave with the divine feminine. Okay. Worshippers killed and sacrificed bull. This is known as the Taurosinti. I can't say that right, but killing of the bull. The sacrifice was a symbol of laying down of the life for a higher purpose. The snake eating its tail, Oberos, I know I'm not saying that right, also featured frequently around Mithras, symbolizing the never-ending cycle of creation, death, and rebirth. It is said that this handshake and signal of peace and agreement has its origin in the Mithric ritual. It is no wonder then that Mithras became popular with Roman soldiers. A god who promotes honor between men of action, represents sacrifice for the greater good, and reflects cycle of rebirth, was particularly relevant for these legions of men fighting men who risked their lives for the glory of Rome. Should Mithras make himself known to you, he may be validating the sacrifices you're making and supporting you in your work. However, there must be balance. Balance. Many of us continually sacrifice our own needs and become completely selfless as a result. But this can breed resentment, neediness, which is extremely damaging to our own health or growth. Shadow side, Mithras is most commonly portrayed as sacrificing a great bull, but sacrifice with no meaning can be a reality in any battle. Mithras asks us to consider the code of honor that calls for fairness and justice above all in a battlefield. While most of us are not involved in actual war, many of us engage in different types of battle, on sports field, in relationships, or even in debate. So the message is the same. So symbols, bull's horns, star, sun, moon, on a shield, Oberos, and handshake. And then you got Pooch, fear. I don't know. We're gonna look up that one. My brain is not working right now. 28. Examine your fears. What is there to be afraid of? Are you being asked to confront what frightens you? Do we have the whole... Oh, that was... I'm thinking of Anthony's reading about the mirror. Yeah, the mirror didn't show up in yours. I'm thinking about Anthony's reading. Okay. Alpuch is a Mayan god of the dead. While most cultures have a god ruling over the underworld or death itself, the Mayans had a number of gods ruling over the 9 levels of hell, and Alpuch was the most feared. Alpuch doesn't show up quietly for you or even wait patiently for your death. He hunts you. The shark hunting. Oh my god. Fuck yes. Even though I'm so fucking tired, I'm so glad that I'm still, like, it's still good. I'm glad this is not a shit reading. Oh, thank God. Normally pictured as a skeleton or with bones on his head wearing bells, he is the most senior of all Mayan death demons, living on the lowest level of the underworld, known as Mental. Alpuch raises up and stalks the city streets at night, looking for his next victim. What's the fucking card? Sorry. The Mayans feared death, and they were always aware that Alpuch could indeed be waiting right around the next fence to take them. In fact, it was said that a few people went out on the streets at night because it was difficult to see what lay ahead. They especially avoided going out at night if there was sickness within their homes, as they greatly feared death through sickness. There's only one way to scare Alpuch away, and that is to scream and shout. Didn't I say about, like with this card, screaming and shouting in a pillow, dancing, letting the energy, or no, your emotions are running high. That's this card. Yeah, screaming and shouting. Yes. Describing aloud, okay, to scream and shout. Testimonies from the Spanish conquistadors include passages describing loud wailing and screaming of the families of those who were extremely sick or had passed. It seems strange to the Spanish that this noise didn't extend to daylight hours. What they didn't realize was the loud protestations were unnecessary to scare away the terrifying Alpuch when the sun was up. Should Alpuch come ringing his bells, fear may be in your consciousness. What are you most afraid of? Are you afraid of being judged by others? Are you worried about tests, grades, or classes? Do you fear of being ridiculed or not measuring up? Examine if your fear is real, if it's something that can truly hurt you, something that you have control over and can change, or is it something that you can simply re-examine, let go of if need be? What can you do to break the hold of the fear that has on you? All these questions must be considered and answered if you are to move forward with ease and peace. Light side. Death is something people are afraid of. Sometimes we simply fear death of things, also known as change. Yet death and change are universal. Alpuch's energy is very much about fear surrounding change and holding on the hold it has upon us. We fear what we feel powerless to change. Standing strong against any fear, feeling it, shining light on it, and confronting it is a lesson from Alpuch's legend that we can learn from. It is far better to act in knowledge rather than wait for fear to hunt you down. When we know what we fear, we can confront it instead of refusing to think about it and hiding away from it every way. Symbols, bells, the color black, skeletons, and bones. I'm so glad your reading turned out really well. This was really cool. Most of these cards I've never gotten before, so I'm glad I pushed myself. So I'm gonna upload this, and I will talk to you later. Bye.